Yes. 3, 2, 1, go. Yes. So, welcome to my little comparison corner where I wanted to share some disappointment that I had with this thing. The beautiful sounding thing that has some issues. Some issues were somewhat predictable, some to some extent anticipated, but not anticipated to the extent that I actually faced or ended up facing. So, the audio right now might be a little bit strange to you because you are effectively listening to both channels at once. Down mixed into one. You are listening to both microphones kinda overlaying one over the other, yes. Which is usually not the optimal way to go. So, let me disable the NT-1. No, let me disable the grey one first. Alright, now we are listening only to the NT-1. Yes. And you can also witness how quiet this room is. It is daylight right now. It's not perfectly like 100% quiet, but it is quite quiet. The room is acoustically treated, you could say. And we are running on a limited supply of oxygen because the windows are closed, so we should probably zippy-zappy try to be quick about this, yes. So this is NT-1. I will be trying to address it from like a similar distance of basically this. You can kind of see the distance, I think. Somewhat well, yes. Let me switch over to the Atlantis. Now we are on the Atlantis. On the... It is not enough to tell you that we are on the Atlantis because the Atlantis has many settings. We are on the cardioid setting without any decibel boost. And what? And we are, as you can or cannot see, on the medium setting. Medium setting? Default setting? The one that is in the middle. Not gentle and not bright. Yes. You can probably hear some noise in the background, which I don't know, maybe, perhaps it is perfectly acceptable. Maybe to many people it would be perfectly acceptable. I have problems with it because you can lessen this noise. You can get rid of some of it by engaging the decibel boost. But there is a problem with that. Because engaging the decibel boost also makes the mic kinda brighter sounding. Let's do that. Okay, yes. Wait a second, I did the opposite. You go down, so you don't engage the boost, you engage the pad. Yes, we are now on minus 10 dB, so I would need to kind of balance this. Let's boost it up, so that it is lighting all the three, LEDs the way we were talking kind of previously. This is the similar amount of loudness that we had just a moment ago. Can you hear something about the noise of the microphone? Are you noticing something? We are on the SSL2 Plus, a rather quiet interface. Like minus 131 or something dBs of the equivalent noise, as they call it. Yes. Alright. we shall get back to the normal mode right now. Okay, we can reduce the loudness of, we can reduce our gain a little bit, yes, maybe even a little bit more. I'm kind of forgetting which I had it said, but yes. The noise is quite less prominent right now, I think we can all agree. The problem is that the sound of the microphone changes, but, or I'm just hearing things perhaps. Maybe it's just me and I'm just telling myself something, but let's boost it up now. This shouldn't blow your ear holes immediately. Yes, and now let's kind of lower it down a little bit so that, wait, yes, so that we are lighting, yes, like 3 LED. Oh, how, where should I have my finger? I should have my finger like here, yes. I should be operating it like that. Okay, good. Yeah. So we are louder now, but I will need to actually later check that and properly, accurately check that and compare both soundings, the boosted and the unboosted. To my ears it sounds like this is brighter. And yeah, so if you want less noise, you're basically doomed to have this kind of sound, unless you decide to go into the gentle mode, which still is not going to be as gentle as it would be on the... Okay, it's just less jabbering. Yes. Right now we should be in the gentle setting. This thing here. Yes. Okay, let's try to not make too many obnoxious noises, yes, while demonstrating. Good. This is the gentle setting. Let's lower the boost on the gentle setting. Alright, now we have to kind of squeeze some more gain out of it. Good, something like that. Yes. Right now we are somewhat close to the efficiency, the loudness efficiency that we had just moments ago. Yes. And let's give it a try. Let's go minus 10 dB on gentle, on a very quiet interface. Boink. Yes, we are now on minus 10 dB, which means that we need to crank this thing up. Crank it up, crank it up. Crank it up, not down, you stupid thing. Yes. All right. So we are right now basically as gentle as we can be. I think, possibly, likely, according to my experience. Is the self-noise level satisfying to your ear holes? Because you're not gonna get anything better than this level, basically. This interface really is quiet. For comparison's sake, we are now on NT-1. Very noisy, is it not? Very noisy. Can you hear all this? You might hear the freezer in the background actually, because it kind of started working now, but I forgot to turn it off. But yes, I think, do I want to continue and actually try to demonstrate more things, or do I not? You know, let's go into the most optimistic setting, basically, so I'm going to boost the Atlantis plus 10 dB again. Going to lower its gain. Let's see. Alright, now we are speaking to both of them. I think the Atlantis is a little bit hotter than the NT, yes. So, yeah, let's bloody hell. I have not prepared any text to read. Okay. Little Red Riding Hood met a wolf in the middle of the forest. Little Red Riding Hood met a wolf in the middle of the forest. Yes. Random. It was the first thing that came to my mind. So, yeah, as you can see, and as you can also monitor on this thing, we are right now on Atlantis. Yes, this is the sound of the Atlantis that is boosted up so as to get rid of the noise, basically. Right now, you can hardly hear any noise. You can kind of hear it, but not very much of it. Yes. And right now we are on the NT. Yes, this is like super quiet microphone. I know that I am not just in this comparison. Like I'm more like actually comparing the flavor of them. Yeah, something closed window. Limited supply of oxygen and the temperature rising. Oh, I should probably really zippy zappy, yes. Speed this thing up. But, yeah. I was onto something. Oh, yes, this thing should still, in theory, be quieter than RE20. It isn't. It should still, on this interface at least, wait, or it should be kinda rivaling it, I guess, but it should be quieter than it, I think. Maybe not. Okay, we could actually argue on that, but there was also Aston Spirit that was rated for 14 decibels A-weighted of self-noise, and that thing sounded less noisy than the Atlantis. Yeah, I will probably need to retake this whole thing because I'm speaking without substance way too much. But wait a sec. Why was I aiming my face at the Atlantis while I was talking at the... Fortunately, you can at least see it on the display. Yes. Which microphone I'm addressing, so yes. Yeah, it's kind of comfortable. All right. Let's perform a proximity test. So this would be me. Maybe this way. This would be me addressing the microphone from a closer distance. We are still on cardioid. We are on gentle setting, I believe, still, because I have not changed it back. Plus 10 dB of boostage. Yes. So this was basically this kind of distance from the microphone. All right. This is the casual way to talk at it. This is the 2.5 vertical hands. Yes. Or one trumpet. Yes. All right. And now I shall remove myself a little bit farther away. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm addressing it from an outstretched hand. And this is how it sounds. This is how it sounds at this distance. For comparison's sake, we should do the same with NT. And we will! Alright. This is how the NT sounds at the same kind of distance. Yes. this is how it sounds at the normal kind of distance. The distance of, yes, one casual trumpet. It's the same hand. My hands are about the same size. Yes. They seem to be, at least. Good. And let's address it up close, which is usually not the best idea with NT, but... Alright, so this is what the NT sounds when you get close to it. This is the weird impression that you can make on your listener when you get up close to your mic. On the Black Beast, and let's move over to the Grey Beast. And this is the Grey Beast. This is the Atlantis. This is how this would sound on the boosted gentle setting. We're going to make an experiment. We're going to lower the decibels as much as we can. Or maybe not as much as we can. Let's lower them to the neutral boost level. Okay. And now let's compensate. Compensate. Compensation has been achieved, yes, I think. Alright. And this is the same kind of close effect on a quiet interface that you can get on Atlantis when you get up close to it. Alright. And let's, for completeness sake, drop it completely. Let's engage the pad. And let's do some compensation. Yes, okay, good. This is about the volume, about the gain that we should be at. And this is what the gentle setting on Atlantis sounds like if you use the pad. I will have to later actually critically attempt to critically listen and compare whether these things actually differ as much as I think that they do. Or perhaps they don't. And it's mostly or completely in my head. Yep. We can all kind of agree, though, that on a quiet minus 131 decibel interface, when you use the pad minus 10 dB, the self-noise level makes this device basically unusable. Like, for most intents and purposes, it should be considered like, you can still use it for communication, don't get me wrong, but like for any kind of performance like application. Most performance applications at least. Okay. This is basically my issue with the Atlantis. Yes, this is what it all boils down to. That it doesn't feel like the plus 10 dB is plus 10 dB. That's not what it actually feels like. What it actually feels like is plus 10 dB being the zero default level, slightly suboptimal but default level, and then you have like first pad and second deeper pad. That's what it actually feels like. So, but then again, oh yes! The other issue that I had with it. The shock mount performance, I completely forgot. Can you hear that? You can hear that, can't you? Okay. I can screw it in more tightly for kinda being, well, to be a little bit more complete, I guess. I didn't screw it in completely because I wanted to be able to, well, more freely rotate it. Is it Am I doing so? I was rotating it the wrong way, wasn't I? Wasn't I? Yes, I was. Ah, goodness. No. I shall save you from that, from those noises. I shall switch to Rode NT-1 right now while I am rotating it the right way now. Yes. Good. Let's tighten it up properly. It is. It is not like super tight, but it is tight. Yes. I guess you could force it tighter than that, but you probably wouldn't want to. Anyway, let's get back to our beauty. Because it is beautiful and it kind of sounds beautiful. It just has those things about it. Alright. Let's switch to actually the medium setting. Yeah. Alright, we are no longer in the gentle setting, we are in the medium setting on -10 dB. I guess I should go up to like the default. Okay. Good. Good. Yes. Right now we are on the 0 setting, not -10 dB, not +10 dB, 0, as the thing says. And okay. Can I hear something? Actually, no. So maybe this is a matter of like how tightly you tighten it up. This is me bumping the shock mount at this point. Okay, let's do the same on the Rode. Okay. It is a little bit sensitive to the bass vibrations, but okay. Perhaps once you actually tighten it up more completely, it is a little bit better. But then again, I had it hanging down, and it was set up quite tightly, and it felt as if the shock mount was actually not functioning at all, almost. Oh well. Anyway, this would just about complete it. The presentation that is right now 23 minutes long. I will definitely, most definitely, I will need to make like another more comprehensive, more abbreviated video presenting all those things in a more compact fashion, probably. But yeah. This is the mic presentation, and this is the presentation of the issues that I have with it, and that you might want to be aware of before you decide to, well, bite the bullet and spend as much as this microphone costs, because it is a few times more expensive than the Rode NT-1. Approximately 7 times more expensive, I think, because you kind of cannot buy the microphone alone, even though if you actually get the opportunity to buy the microphone alone and second-hand, it might be a great idea. This is actually a second-hand microphone. It still sounds great, and I got it for basically 50% of the, less than 50% of the price at which I would have had to acquire it at, because I would have had to basically buy a set, complete set, because I guess that's how Rode is. But that is their like marketing scheme, that they do not sell this microphone alone, they sell it with some accessories, which probably not that difficult and pricey to manufacture. This shock mount seems to be rather on the simplistic side. Kinda plastic plus a little bit more plastic. It's basically like the same plastic all the way. It doesn't even have any joints, I think. I have not inspected it in detail. I would need to look at this place up close. Good. So, once again, this is Atlantis. And this is Rode NT-1. Yeah. And this is how it sounds. Oh! This video is so stupidly long, I might as well show you the polar patterns. But there is a problem with polar patterns on the... I'm kind of tempted to do it. Okay. I will switch the polar pattern live. But I warn you, this is going to be loud. This might be loud and very not nice on your ears. You might want to turn down your loudness while I have this hand like in the warning mode like that. Last time I tried switching it, it produced some scary amount of noise. Yes, let's call it. All right. So we shall switch to figure 8. We shall go up right now. Brace yourselves. 3, 2, 1. It wasn't as bad as the last time. It was a little bit bad, but not as bad. Okay. Good. We are now on figure 8. We should actually drop the gain ever so slightly. Yes. Figure 8. No boost, no pad. Medium setting. And I like how the figure 8 sounds. Figure 8, basically on every microphone that I have tested it on. On every microphone that I have tested. I used on like a few too many times in that previous sentence. It sounds special. It maybe has a little bit of a more scooped sound. It sounds a little bit more flashy, more perhaps radio-y, I would be inclined to say at least. Yes. I like the sound of figure 8. I especially like the sound of figure 8 when you get up close. So, this is the sound that you could get. I hope I'm not going too hot on the microphone. This is the sound that you would get if you were addressing the microphone from up close with this setting. Yeah. We should actually compare that to the cardioid setting. Warning, possible loud noises. Okay, this is cardioid setting. This is how it sounds on the cardioid setting. It sounds quite a bit, quite a considerable bit less flashy, doesn't it? It does. Alright, let's go back to figure 8. Warning. Okay, right now back at figure 8, yes. Why? And my pronunciation of things is just getting better and better, yes. Alright, good. We have one more to show. We will have to drop to cardioid first. So, warning. We are now on cardioid. Let's go lower. Let's go to the omni setting. Warning again. Yeah, it's not so bad today. I guess you have to. You can't wiggle the switch too much. Like if you make it in a one decided swooping motion, it's mostly okay. You still probably shouldn't be switching like that on people. Like if you have people like live in a call. Good. The audio level is basically balanced kind of adequately. Yes. So this Yeah, this is our microphone in the Omni setting. Against what Rode NT sounds like. Yeah. This is the sound of Rode NT. Once again, 4.5 decibels of self-noise. Not exactly a fair comparison, yes, but still. Oh, I didn't get up close to it. I'm stupid. Yes, back on the Omni. A little bit quieter it should be, yes, more like that. And let's attempt to get close to it. This is what the Omni setting sounds if you get closer to the microphone. The omnidirectional settings are notoriously less overkilly when it comes to miking from up close. They are like, well, they give you less of a strange bass boost effect when you decide to do that. You could actually mic like this. This is not a bad sound. It is not. Not necessarily, at least. Let's try to switch it to car. Wait, no. No. Let's try to switch it to the boosted mode to see how much of the self-noise we can get rid of. This usually doesn't produce loud noises, but yes, it actually kind of does. All right. Yes, to make sure that we are lighting the correct amount of LEDs, kind of like this. Maybe even a little bit quieter, yes. This should be kind of the desired, yes, the desired level of loudness. All right. And this is what it would sound like if I got up close to it. I could actually drop the gain a little bit. I'm going to attempt to try to adjust. Going to attempt to try to. Okay, let's drop it a little bit more. And this is what you could get getting up close with this mic. All right, on the Omni setting. We are now on the Omni setting. It's kind of nice. I like it. I do like it. Yeah, but let's switch to the cardiac setting. I was supposed to warn you about loud noises, but the loud noises weren't as horribly loud as the last time that I checked them, so I kind of forgot about the whole hand thing. Yes, this is the cardioid thing. All right, we're going to be switching rapidly right now. Switching rapidly. Drop the gain a little bit so that we are more adjusted to talking up close. Yes. All right, addressing the microphone from up close. Noise level. Acceptable. Definitely acceptable. Is good. Problem is, we are on boost. We are on plus 10 dB boost. Okay, still, let's jump through. Let's jump to the Omni setting. Warning! Okay. Yeah, oh, it kind of froze up for a moment. Yes, we are now on the Omni setting. Yes? Yes. That's what I believe it is. All right. We will be climbing back up to the cardioid. This is the cardioid setting. And now we will be climbing up to the figure of 8. This is the figure of 8. It sounds so different. So bloody different. Figure of 8 sounds completely different. There's like more. It brightens up the sound quite a. Huh. In a fun way, yes, but well, it's a thing that you either like or dislike, I guess. But it is definitely a something. All right, now, let's try to do the same thing on gentle setting. Okay. This is figure of 8 on the gentle setting. Now, we will be switching to cardioid. This, yes, warning. This is the cardioid setting. Gentle. And we shall now go to Omni. Warning again. And this is the Omni setting. Yeah. So basically this microphone is good if you address it up close. Alright, good. Now, think. Yes. Since I kind of prefer the gentle setting, I should go to the bright setting because I actually haven't featured it pretty much at all. So, alright, this is gentle setting. This is neutral setting. Yes. And this is the bright setting. Bright setting on the boosted mode. Yes. The boosted mode still in Omni. Who the hell uses such microphones in omnipolar pattern, like for recording and talking to them? I would imagine not so many people. So let's go back to Cardioid, a little bit more popular kid on the block. Warning! Ah, see? That was... I didn't raise the warning hand. You had a little bit of a demo of the obnoxious sounds that this can create. If you fiddle with the switch a tiny little bit more than you should, it goes ugly. It can produce some oral discomfort. Good. On the cardio setting, on the bright setting. So once again, let's see if this bright sounds the same as the minus 10 dB bright, because right now we are still on plus 10 dB. I'm trying to get as little self-noise as possible out of this thing. Alright. And right now we are on the pad. We have to bring it up a little bit. Yes. The noise becomes quite a nice feature in the... not even background, I would call it like a second plane or foreground, yes. And yeah, this is what the bright setting sounds on the pad. Am I correct in saying that they sound differently? Depending on the boost or pad that you engage. I am still not sure about that. If they don't, that's great. If they do, it sucks, because once again we have demonstrated that the best noise performance you get if you go on the plus 10 dB. If you proceed in that mode all the time. Alright. Back to medium. Back to medium, yes. Back to default. Ah. Yes, yes. Alright. We are still recording. Great. We didn't screw that bit up. We only screwed the bit where we have been recording for let's drop the volume a little bit. We have been recording for what? 39 minutes right now. Yes. If I upload this in one video, I am quite curious if there will be... if we will find a single soul that will actually manage to sit through the entirety of it, that will find within themselves the determination to do so. Hopefully not. Yep. Do we have anything more to display? I believe not. I believe I'm also in bad need of venting this room because, as I mentioned like half an hour ago, the window is closed. Like, closed tight. It is kind of a hot day. The door to the hallway is also closed. This is not a small room, no. It is a acoustically treated, but kind of a roomy room, you could say, kind of spacious. So that's good, but I don't have the fan blasting the air into my face, and I think we might be getting close to the point where the lower oxygen levels might have a visible effect on my brain and on my performance. So, yeah, I have this second microphone here also, so let's switch to it for the a little bit of a shake-up, yes? Hey, the Rode NT-1 speaking. Yeah. Reminding you how Rode NT-1 sounds. Wait, in the meantime, I'm going to switch Atlantis into the boosted mode. Yes, still in cardioid. I think, yes, we're gonna keep it in cardioid mode. And what? Yes, and we will be switching back and forth to check the gentleness settings. Can I bring up any kind of text? Or can I come up with any kind of text? Yes, something more about the Little Red Riding Hood? Yes. Okay. We are now on... Let's go down. It will be easier to go in one motion, like up and up for me. So, warning, switching. Wait, there was no reason to warn you because the microphone wasn't live. Never mind. Yes. So, Wait. Okay. Yes, this is about the similar level of gain. I think I can drop it a little bit more. Yes, we are on plus 10 dB. Good. Maybe even a little bit more. Is it equal now? Come on. We want to achieve some kind of equality. Yes, it's close enough, I think. All right. Good. So, Rode. Little Red Riding Hood had a tea with Mr. Wolf. Little Red Riding Hood had a tea with Mr. Wolf. All right. Going up to the medium setting back. Little Red Riding Hood went on a bike hike. Bike trip, I think. You don't bike hike, you either bike or hike. Little Red Riding Hood went on a hike through the forest. Little Red Riding Hood went on a hike through the forest. Medium setting. All right, let's boost the Atlantis to the bright setting. Excellent. Little Red Riding Hood decided to eat a sandwich. Little Red Riding Hood decided to eat a sandwich. The sandwich was delicious. The sandwich was delicious. You can kind of hear that the sibilants are... Well, yes, of course, we were on the bright setting, so the sibilants would be more sibilant. You would kind of expect them to be. Sibilant sandwich. Sibilant sandwich. Let's attempt the gentle setting and let's see how unintrusive we can make the Atlantis sound compared to the NT. Because that's kind of one thing that actually matters and that can make your life... it can change your workflow a little bit depending on how prominent the S's in your recording end up being. Yes, I would qualify NT-1 as a kind of a forgiving mic. Perhaps not the most, but quite. So, alright, we dropped to the gentle setting, yes, we dropped to the gentle setting on Atlantis, yes, so, sibilant sandwich, sibilant sandwich, sibilant sandwich, sibilant sandwich. Wait a second, it was a little bit louder than NT. Yes, sibilant sandwich. Sibilant sandwich. Sibilant sandwich. Sibilant sandwich. Sibilant sandwich. I think even on the gentle setting, the road is still softer. I would kinda, yes, support that observation, yes. I would be pushing it forward. Okay. I think we are done. This is 45 minutes and counting. Will this be useful for anything? Will it end up being a corrupted recording, perhaps? That would be lovely. 1 hour lost into the ether, yes. Alright. Yeah, if you bump your desk a little bit too much, this shock mount that they sell Rode NT with, Rode NT-1 with, it, you can kind of improvise a better one with a few fragments of rubber and some ingenuity. One that will be filtering out the bassy rumble noises a little bit better. It's not the best. It does the job kind of, but it's not the best. I still don't know if it's probably basically on par or like slightly better than. Maybe I would need to replace the rubbers in the Atlantis one. Maybe. That is, if I don't end up returning it, because that was kind of the idea here, that I might actually end up returning this grey, beautiful sounding, beautiful looking, but a little bit disappointing in the performance department microphone. Yes, we will see about that. All right. So, once again, going back from Rode and to the microphone that you actually came here to listen to, and the microphone that you actually care about. The Atlantis still on the gentle setting, yes, still on the gentle setting. Yeah, unchanged. We are on plus 10 dB right now. Plus 10 dB makes the self noise basically almost inaudible. Yeah. This whole video was basically made just to showcase that. I mean, for me to have a souvenir, yes, in case I end up sending this thing back, which is likely to happen, so that I have something for myself out of this, and yeah, and basically to showcase this one issue that I have with this mic, in that it seems to be meant to operate by default in the plus 10 dB mode. Once again, if we drop it to the mode kind of intended, especially with such forgiving quiet interface as SSL2+, the intended mode to use it at, warning, okay, yes, let's compensate the loudness. We have compensated the loudness, and you can immediately hear that the self noise is, the bottom just rose, or has just risen, yes. Yeah. I was testing those features on Aston Spirit some months ago. Not on video, sadly, and I don't remember them being, well, conducive to such amounts of disappointment as this thing is. All right. because this would be kind of the default gain to work with this microphone, I would imagine, and kind of the default distance to work with it. And yeah, it's just not quite it. From 12 dBA I kinda expected a little bit better. Yeah. I am quite afraid that sound speeds will come forth and actually measure this thing to be exactly 12 dBA. But then again, the self noise still rises if you engage the pads or like if you disengage the plus 10 dB boost. So in which setting exactly it is 12 dBA, and also does the flavor actually change? You notice that, you may have noticed that, whether the flavor of the speech, we have already showcased that, whether the like tone changed depending on it being on plus 10 dB or like minus 10 dB. We will go again for the sake of my stupid completeness. Plus 10 dB. Compensating. Yes. Does it sound different to you now? Does it sound different to you than it sounded just a moment ago? Do you think it sounds more bright? We are still on, yes, the gentle setting. This is supposed to be the gentle setting. Yeah. Gentle setting on plus 10 dB. And gentle setting on the neutral setting. Yes. Gentle setting on the neutral setting. Beautiful, yes. Gentle setting on minus 10 dB. This is gentle setting on minus 10 dB. The self noise is killing me. Yeah. Oh yes, incidentally, I was pretty much maxing out the yeah. Well, that wasn't like max, but yes, this is like max. This is as high as the SSL2 Plus will go. So if you decide to engage the pad and address the thing from this distance, well, this is still not the noise generated by the interface. This is the noise generated by the microphone. So even on like a much better interface, you would still be dealing with basically the same hiss that we have here. Have I gotten a faulty specimen? A faulty unit? Perhaps? I don't know. But this this noise boost dependency, maybe. Anyway, that would be it for this almost 1 hour long video. In the normal setting now, yes. I'm done! I have talked about everything that I could possibly talk about. Yes, I have kept ranting for way too long, as a matter of fact. So, yeah, we shall be wrapping it up right now after we switch in between these microphones a few more times. Gentle setting, neutral mode, yes. Gentle setting, neutral mode, still the Atlantis and the NT-1. For the price, NT-1 is absolutely amazing. It has its faults, which I'm not going to rant about now because, yeah, time, but it's absolutely amazing. Duh. I did not expect this to be like NT-1, no. But at the same time, I expected it to be not quite the way it ended up being. like I have said, I have operated some microphones that were like rated for 12, 14, things around that dBA. Self-noise values. Yes, it differs from microphone to microphone. It's never quite the same, but the flavor of the noise, so to speak. But yeah, all right. So back on the Atlantis, and I guess I will probably upload this video. But I should really also shoot some abbreviated version of it. I really should. I might. Yeah. Thank you for your time. And see you in the next issue, perhaps. Possibly. Bye.